Hello, I'm Linda Lively and this is Golden Act TV. Today I'm at Kiriani Boys High School, Mara District, Rakanithi County, whereby they are holding one of the great debates. Debate contest, and so I would like to welcome my co-MC to tell us what the motion is all about. Karibu sana my co-MC.
Okay, I am Morgan. I'll be your MP today, and I will wish to welcome all of you in this debate contest. Stay tuned.
Tell us what the motion is all about today.
What? My co-MC. I'm even so anxious to see how the people will debate today because the motion, I think, is so tough. We have never had such a debate. The motion goes like this. And payment of dowry should be abolished in Kenya.
Oh, that's the motion.
That's the motion.
Oh, I cannot wait to see how that is going to go down. Stay tuned.
Thank you for the stage. And as they say, roses are red, violets are blue. I am here to arrest the motion and rest the case. Ngura Samuel speaking and strongly proposing the motion that the payment of dowry should be abolished. First, I'll start with the definition of the term dowry. The term dowry, it means this is a token of appreciation handed over to the bride's family. What can payment of dowry bring out to us? 1. Early marriages. Look at a community like the Maasai community. What has brought up to those early marriages is this payment of dowry, and that's why we're suggesting that it should be abolished. Secondly, if you look, 40% of the ladies outside, not only in Kenya but in Africa, look at those ladies. Those ladies are becoming opportunistic, where you find a girl remarrying and remarrying. So as to why? These ladies are using this payment of dowry as an opportunity of getting more wealth and enriching themselves. They are using this as a source of income. Go and ask to the bride's family, why do we give dowry? What will they tell you? Yeah, we have taken so much time so as to make this girl be the person that she is. Look at our young man, look at those young couples. What do? They go to the bride's family and just say, we want this girl. And then the bride's family will take that as an opportunity and ask for a huge amount of money. What will that person do if even he comes from a humble background? That person may be forced to go and steal money from the bank. Or let's assume he's a church boy. What will that person do? Will just be stressed. And after being stressed, it will end up to depression. So that was my time. Ngure Samuel, thank you.
Will it make sense if women paid dowry for men, especially for us as Kenyans? And we are Africans, and Africa is our business. Well, that's not for me to answer inside. Now, let us hear from the opposing sides.
Thank you so much for this chance. Yeah, as the famous philosopher Aristotle once said, in the arena of human life, the reward and honors fall to those who show their good qualities. Abel Githinji, strongly interdicting, opposing the motion that goes, dowry should be abolished. What do I mean the moment I talk about dowry? Dowry is a sign of covenant between the two families, maybe the spouse family giving as a form of appreciation or anything for the good work that the parents have done. Yeah, before I even continue, what did I mean the moment I talked about covenant? I'll try to give you a good example of a covenant according to my religion, Christianity. Okay. We all know Abraham as the father of faith. When Abraham was called by God, he had to give out a covenant so as to show that he had a companionship with God. If you try to look at about this covenant that he gave, he showed that this covenant lasts for long according to his generation, up to date. God blessed him and said that blessed will be his generation, no one will curse them. So what am I trying to mean? The moment you give dowry, it's not just giving as an appreciation, it's also showing that you really want to bond with the family, that you really want to show that the dignity that you have. And also dowry, a second point is that it also shows a dignity. If you try to look at Abraham, the moment he was blessed by God, it really brought a big dignity to his generation up to date. He was blessed and up to date. If you look at him, he is really known for everything that he has been doing. So dowry can be a form of dignity, showing that you have the wife in a right form. So what am I trying to say when I say that? Dowry is a culture which should be preserved, because dowry really shows a lot of dignity, a lot of respect for the love that you have for someone. So about the culture being that it should be abolished, I disagree with them, telling them all is gold, and so you should preserve this culture up to the latter. Another form why dowry should be given is because of kindness. It also shows kindness for the family as a financial support to them. I'll leave you by a saying that says, from Theodore Rubin, saying, kindness is more important than wisdom, and recognition of this is wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you want to eat a pig, choose the fat one. And the Englishman says that life isn't worth if you're not living for someone else. Wairimu Joseph.
I hereby animatedly proposing the motion that dowry should be abolished because this is a medical malpractice. Why do I say this? It's because that dowry is very expensive. And when I'm talking about being expensive, because look at in some African communities, a good example being here in Kenya, when you're talking about the Boran, these people, when you want to marry a Boran woman, or even when you want to marry a Boran woman, you are asked for a huge or a large herd of camels. And when you compare with these climatic conditions, rearing a camel is very expensive. And even when you decide to buy one, you will take a lot of money. And this also leads to these young people who have just immediately come out of the universities and now they want to marry and now they don't have money. What will they do? Will they be live forever as single? No. That's why I animatedly propose that these dowry should be abolished so as to give our youth a chance to get their life couples. Secondly, when you're saying that dowry is a monster, it is a monster, really a monster, because it is a monster dressed up with makeups, because it is not human that you decide to sell someone because of love. That's inhuman. Don't you remember that days ago the colonialists just abolished slave trade, and now here you are coming here advocating that you want dowry to be paid? That is like selling person. As per the recent demographic and health survey, almost 47% of women aged 15 to 49 reported that they had experienced physical or sexual violence, as per the National Bureau of Statistics 2014. This is a punishment because if we want our youths to get married, and we are here supporting that we pay this dowry, our youths will forever be single. And let us abolish this rampant culture. Thank you.
If a girl has a higher dowry, she will be of more confidence in herself when she is going to her in-laws house. The one with the low payment, she will be uneasy and she will be of low confidence to the family. Now, if you foresee these practices of dowry, don't you see how our culture and our societies will progress? Thank you. I go by the name of Afagzad. Thank you for the stage. It does not have to be given out money or maybe anything like a cattle for it to be confirmed that you have not acquired the lady illegally but legally, since we have said dowry is like a payment. Collins Joroge strongly proposing the motion dowry should be abolished. It brings about discouragement and embarrassment when a man gives out that small amount of money as dowry. Then you consider the cost of bringing up that particular lady since childhood. For sure, you cannot compare that small amount, that is dowry, and the cost of bringing up that lady. We are in Kenya, that is why I'm using the word lady. When giving out dowry, is a way of honoring the lady's family. But when we say so, it is just a matter of using common sense and see that you can still honor them by taking care of that lady. Instead of wasting time doing so, and you know very well that time and tide waits for no man, dowry should be abolished. Abolishing this culture would lead to reduction of domestic violence. What am I saying by domestic violence? In many cases, we find that when the man has paid dowry and maybe has married that woman, when they are at home, he normally says he is the commander. So that is why you maybe see he has asked for the cup of tea and maybe the woman has failed to do so. Then he takes that opportunity of giving that dowry and he is seeing himself as a commander, then you see he has even killed the woman, or maybe even has led to a big fight. But when we have abolished this culture, it will reduce the domestic violence, since the man would not think he or she is the owner of the wife or husband. They will be equal and there will be peace in that home. Thank you.
Now, my name is Henry Blessed Karani, and strongly opposing the motion that dowry should be abolished. Logically, we say that dowry is an act of appreciation that has been passed from generation to generations. Now, dowry will promote community harmony. The communities will respect both sides, for they have done the thing that is supposed to be done. And to my opponent, I would like to leave you with a quote from Benjamin Franklin. Let no obstacle stop you. If you run into a wall, don't. If you run into a wall, don't cry. Don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it or go through it. Either work a way around it. Thank you.
As you have said, don't give up. So I want to give up until this motion will succeed. Marriage is for companionship, not for financial exploitation. We are living in a new world and we should behave like the modern generation. If you say we should keep our culture, then you mean that we are not evolving. You mean that we are not different from the ancient men. You mean that we are not different from the ancient ancestors. Our culture should be a story of the past. We should shed off this culture and think of how to evolve from the poverty circles. And to my proposers, if you are arguing with me, then even you are annoying the ancestors. My name is Edwin Odur, strongly proposing this culture should be abolished. Abolishing this culture would lead to a reduction of domestic violence, since man will not think he is the owner of the wife. They will be equal and peace shall prevail in the family of the modern life. Dowry payment has led to the come we stay theory or come we stay method of marriage, increasing day by day, day in, day out. This has also led to young able men to marry using their own hands to satisfy their lusts. Since the dowry payment has led to choosing of capable men to buy the ladies. Dowry payment is a gender discrimination of the highest order. Therefore, we should stand up and shed off this culture and control in laws relationship, boys' child rights, gender equality, and the coming generation from oppression of this ancient culture. I believe I did not make sense to my opposers, but I know I meant something to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you for this golden opportunity that I have been given. Alex Mwenda, strongly opposing the motion that says that payment of dowry should be abolished. We are able to preserve our cultural practices that was started by our forefathers. Now I want to ask you a question. Are you the one who started this payment of dowry? Of course not. Now, why should you abolish it? Why should you get rid of it, and yet you are not the one who started it? Thank you.
What is dowry? Some may describe it as buying yourself a wife or a husband. Others may describe it as a tradition that has been passed on from generation to generation from time immemorial. I, personally, can't describe it in any other better way than payment made to the family of the person that you intend on marrying. As it has already been elaborated, it's not only the males who pay the dowry, but also in some communities, like those in Nepal and India, the female is the one who takes the dowry to the male or the husband to be. I go by the name Alvin Chalo, strongly putting forward the motion that dowry should be abolished. Dowry may lead to the breakage of the strong relationship between kith and kin. Let's take a case scenario of an African home where the parents of the bride ask for too much dowry than the groom can attain. This may force the groom to go and take loans from financial institutions and even from his close allies. When he is unable to pay these loans, dire consequences follow, such as the financial institutions may confiscate his property as a punishment, and also he may lose contact with his friends, because who wants to be friends with somebody who can't pay their debt? When these financial institutions take that person's property away, the wife may also decide to leave him because he cannot sustain them. The Bagana say, Omwana wa moro chasigantoro. This text, when translated to English, means the son of a poor man never leaves anything behind. This always makes me ponder of all those potential young grooms. What then? What is their fate? Will they remain childless and even spouseless because they don't have dowry? We say yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. I mean, that's why it's called present. So let's use this present to better our tomorrow, to better our future. Thank you.
Payment of dowry is not just a word, but it is a process. Many rituals are carried during that day of paying dowry. In other communities, there is shedding of blood. And that shedding of blood will lead that you man will focus on only one wife, because it will be a bit hard for you to go and steal your, let me say, another man's wife. Why? Because there is that ritual. Thank you.
Okets Gideon Ochieng standing strong to propose the motion that says dowry payment should be abolished. This is interesting. First, I'd like to answer a question with a question. My opponent has said, are we saying that dowry should be abolished because men pay it? Okay, we have heard of cases that all men have paid dowry to have young ladies. The moment you'll hear of a case that an old lady, an old woman, has paid for dowry to have a man, a young man, then the debate is over. In consideration, mostly men pay the dowry. This brings a second thought of marriage. Women see marriage in two ways. Other women see it as love and companionship. Other women see it as a source of payment. Thank you.
So far, so good. So on the next, I will give this opportunity to our judges so that they can give us their remarks and the results. Karibu sana.
I'm the final judge, Gitonga Precious Baraka. I'm going to start with the proposer side. The proposers, they earned 65%. They had a defeat from opposers with 66%. Rapid fire, there were questions. They are given questions and they were giving out some methales and proverbs. They got 40%. They tied. They end a tie of 40%. They went to the dancing competition, which gave 5% to the proposers and 4% to opposers. The general overall, the proposers, they
Much thanks to those that came out. Thank you so much. Thanks to the chairman and your people for organizing such an amazing debate. Thank you too for the amazing outcome. We also appreciate the motion. It was quite informative. Si ni kweli? Yeah, I also want to thank each and every person that has participated, both the proposing and the opposing side. Thank you so much. And I congratulate the winners. And the winners are? Proposers! The winners are? Proposers! Congratulations, proposers, you've won. I would like to welcome the Chief Judge to come and give the final remarks.
Okay, hello. Yes, so Mr. Morioki or Tony Morioki. And I'm humbled so much to be here today. I think it was a learning environment today, isn't it? Yeah. From the debate that we have had. So, before even I give my overall judgments or the impressions that I took from the debaters, the proposers and the opposers over here, let me welcome the chairman of the debate club so that he gives some token of appreciation to the winning side.
Wow. Hey, once again, I'm here. And I'm here to reward the winning side, which are the proposers. So I'd like us to appreciate them, even as the leader. One of you should come and receive the reward. So one of you may come. So can you clap for them even as they receive the reward? Wow, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Let me give my overall remarks or what I've been watching from that other hand. When you attend a debate, we have several key areas that we need to look at. Sindio? Yes, so that when next time we have such a debate, I think we'll carry it in a more better manner. Sindio? Are we together? Yes. Now, the first thing that I will begin with was the topic that we had, and our topic today was dowry should be abolished. But we as debaters, we have different opinions. We have people who propose, the people who do oppose. Sindio? Now, one thing that I may love to talk about is the topic understanding and the structuring or how you deliver your points. Are we together? Now, the first thing, I loved how most of you introduced yourselves and said that you have a proverb or a saying or a wise saying from probably certain philosophers that you know of. But now, so make sure some of the quotes that you gave pertain or do relate to whatever you want to address us. Then the other bit that I will do mention is how you do your introduction, how you package your introduction. I was very happy because from both sides, from my score, I think I will give the scores on the debate or from each side that I had with me. How you package your points. I saw some of you give us some statistics. Probably 42% of the people probably who are married through dowry encountered some domestic violence. Sawa. That is now where you go and build your point. That is now where we include the body bits. How do you conclude your point? Tell us that you propose or do oppose. Sawa. That is how we package our bit. That is from now the topic understanding. The other bit I wanted to mention was, before even you go to a debate, the first thing is that you must do some research. Are we together? I had some controversial issues. I was not sided by either side, ama proposers, ama opposers. But first of all, you have to do some research before you come and present your ideas to us. Because whatever you have in mind, you may tell people things which are not logical or factual. Thirdly, we have what we refer to as the clarity of argument. Clarity of argument. By clarity, I mean how clear, how conscious are your points. Are you together? Give us something that we can easily do relate with, or the context of whatever you are giving as your argument. So. The fourth thing is what we refer to as counter-arguments. In debate, we have counter-arguments. And I was very happy because I saw some of you trying to counter-argue. By counter-arguments,
there are some illogical things probably the proposers gave. How will you counter-attack the argument probably which was given by proposer 2? How do you counter-attack an argument which was given by proposer or the opposer? Then, the other thing that I noticed, we have something we refer to as the emotional intelligence. I think this is a debate. We are not here to have some warfare or battle. This is not a battle of fists. So, from the emotional intelligence, let someone not speak, then you become angry at whatever they are saying. Let's avoid personal attacks. Let me not say proposer 1 or opposer 2 did this and this. Let's avoid those personal attacks. Or a language which can probably be inflammatory. Probably kuna ile you can indirectly attack someone, ile una attack ukidefend. Let's avoid going that way. Then, the other bit is the delivery of content. First of all, some of the things that I try to look at, how well can you deliver your points? How well can you deliver your points? Some of you are not confident about themselves. How do you convince someone that I should not pay dowry or I should do away with dowry, yet you are not assertive of whatever you are saying about? So first thing I need to look at is have that confidence in yourself. Wacha tuone uko assertive in the points that you are giving. For instance, I may probably decide to propose or oppose. Let me just use the opposing bit. But I'm not sidelined with either side. When you oppose or you propose, I think dowry, that is something which, if you're not propelled to do that, you may say dowry is a form of, or it could be a choice or concept from probably the bride and the bridegroom. So that means, show us how that can be something that should not do away with the dowry. So the delivery there, let's learn to be confident and have some self-esteem and be assertive in whatever we are saying. The other bit, I will talk about listening skills. Some of us were not attentive to whatever probably the proposers were saying, whatever the opposers were saying. Having some good listening skills will enable us to have whatever we refer to as the counter-arguments. So that if you gave us something which is illogical or something which is not factual, I will know how to counter-attack. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time. I would like you to help us out with something. Tunajita Golden Act TV, ARC, on YouTube. You can write it down. Golden Act TV, ARC. Golden then Act. ARC. On YouTube. Help us by subscribing to our channel. You drop a comment, share with your friends. Hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time we upload the video. Thank you so much. God bless you.